Hi everyone, and welcome to my second video. If this is your first time viewing my channel, then welcome. Please be sure to subscribe and just to get notifications on whenever I have new videos being posted. Now today I'm going to go over some of my favorite apps that I personally like to use in my small businesses, ones that help keep me organized in my personal life as well as my business life. For those of you who don't know, I run two businesses. I have a home-based spa as well as my entrepreneurial company, Women Building Empires, not to mention I'm also a mother. So a lot of the times it's really hard just to kind of keep everything organized, and for those of you who have children, you know that you kind of get mom brain and a lot of things just kind of go to the wayside. So the first one I'm going to start with is one of my absolute favorites. And just to kind of put on a side note here is that all of these, there will be links at the bottom of their names and where to get them from. None of them are affiliate links that I will be making money on or anything like that. These are just personal apps that I use. A lot of them are free to download and to try. So some of them are to be used, like you have to pay to use them. But that's sort of, usually there's a 30-day trial, or it's based on how much you use it or what your audience is, that kind of thing. So the first one that's one of my ultimate favorites I use every single day is called HootSuite. And for those of you who haven't heard of it, first of all, the icon is adorable. It's a little owl. So for all of us basic women, we're going to love it. Basically what Hootsuite does is it combines all of your social platforms into one app. So you can schedule posts, you can upload things, you can post across all your social media with one click, that kind of thing. I use it for my Instagram and my Facebook all the time. You can use it for Twitter. There's just a bunch. So it's really, really easy to use too. There's a lot of really good explanations on it. There's also a lot of really good YouTube videos if you find that you're having trouble. But I really think it's a must, especially for time saving and not having to, post on Instagram, then, copy and paste to Facebook or paste to another one of your businesses that you might want the same post for. So it's just really good to be able to do that, and then you can schedule for days in advance and then you don't have to worry about it. So a lot of people that I suggest this to, what they'll do is they'll kind of take a day where they'll make up posts for the next week or so, and then that way they don't have to worry and they can just wait till the next week on that same day and remake them again. So it's kind of nice in that it sort of takes away that, extra 15 to 20 minutes a day trying to do a post or trying to think of what to do. You can sort of plan them as you go and then do them all in one day. So is one of my favorite ones is Dropbox. So Dropbox is kind of like sort of like the cloud. It sort of connects the cloud between a lot of people. It's really, really a really great resource for small business owners, and that you can upload anything to it, save anything to it, and then it's really easy to share with someone else. So if they have Dropbox and you have Dropbox, you can say, here's the Dropbox, click and download, and they'll get that zip file. So it's worked really great for a lot of people that even do the direct sales businesses, like things like lip sense and stuff like that. A lot of people will Dropbox share albums and things like that. For myself, I use Dropbox a lot. When I'm teaching students, I will just send them the zip file of everything that they're going to need for the course, that kind of thing. So it just makes it a lot easier just to sort of communicate with everyone and just to have all of your files and everything in one place. I find that it's just kind of a lot less stress, that you know that everything is backed up. And that we're going to talk about is MailChimp. Now, this one is a paid app. You don't have to pay to download it. But what it is for those of you who don't know, you've probably seen it on a lot of websites where it says sign up for my newsletter, and or if you've gotten marketing emails from companies, most of them use MailChimp. And so what it is it's easy for you to create lists and stuff like that of your customers and your clients, and to get out newsletters, emails, promotions, that kind of thing, easily to the masses. Pretty much, there's not going to be any kind of issues and forgetting, or them not going through, that kind of thing. So what I really like to use it for is just to let people know, if I have a workshop coming up, that kind of thing. So what it is that if you have a website and someone signs up for your newsletter or subscribes, they're basically giving you the go ahead to send them the newsletters and stuff like that, so there won't be any kind of legal trouble. And MailChimp is a really great app to be able to get that marketing info out to those people that have subscribed. I really like that. I'm going to touch on a little bit more in a couple videos down the road, but it's called Rescue Time. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me and always want to touch on how do I keep things sort of sane around here and budget my time without having to work on my business 24/7. So Rescue Time is a really great app that basically, it's sort of like a monitoring app, in that it can give you real time sort of a scheduling of what you spent each day on. So did you spend, 3 hours on Facebook, 2 hours on Instagram, half an hour on Snapchat, that kind of thing. And it's basically going to give you sort of an outline on what you're spending all your time on. So then that way you can sort of sit back and be like, okay, well, I need to cut down my Facebook time by this much because I have to increase this, or I need to start to build a website, so I can't really be on time wasting websites anymore. Things like that. So what it's going to do is just going to help you to realize exactly how much time you use on something. And it's really helped a lot of us understand that we've used far too much time on social media than we really need to. Next one is the accounting software that I use. It's called FreshBooks. Now, the reason why I use it is because it, first of all, it's Canadian, which is great for us Canadian small business owners. Secondly, it is super, super easy to use. They have amazing tutorials. They have really great customer service. It's by far the easiest app I've ever tried to use. It's really easy to track your expenses, to send out invoices, to print out reports. You can manage employees with it. Not that I have any, but you can. It's very affordable monthly. You can have your own logo on your invoices. The list pretty much goes on. It's really, really great accounting software. I'd used 3 other ones prior and I wasn't really happy with them. And the one thing that I really, really like about it is that you can accept payment via FreshBooks. So when you send out an invoice to someone, they can click to pay with credit card, or you can, accept any other form of payment. But when you enter payment, you can enter it as a check, money transfer, credit card, debit, that kind of thing. So I find that it's really kept my business a lot more organized than it had been before. When I was using the other ones, I find that this has just kind of led me to be a lot more productive. And they also have an app for it now, which is great. It's not just a program like it used to be. So it's a really nice platform to go onto the app and use it. It's very user friendly. The next one is called Evernote. I use Evernote just to kind of keep everything organized in my business life. So, ideas, plans, things like that. Sort of like notes for your personal life, but for your business. So it's just going to keep everything organized into categories, stuff like that. I find that it's really helped, again, with the time management. And so that way I don't forget anything. Either I can go through it and be like, oh yeah, I thought of this last week and good thing I wrote it down. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, I should have written that down, or they'll put it in their notes section in their phone, and then it'll accidentally get deleted, and then, you know, it's just a big mess. But with Evernote, it's just going to stay there. It's going to be organized into a category for you. It just really makes everything a lot easier. So the next one that I want to talk about is sort of my favorite apps for doing posts with. Not posts like posting it, but to create posts, to create images and graphics and stuff like that. So one of my favorite ones is called Enhance. So you can use a photo, you can upload a photo, and you can add text, graphics, other images. You can sort of create pretty much anything that you're going to see on a lot of other people's posts can be created with Enhance. I've used other ones in the past, and this one I've been the happiest with. I find that it has a lot of really great filters. It's really easy to use. It's not one that's going to cost you a bunch of money. I use it for free. I've never upgraded to a pro version or anything like that. And I've used it for a couple years now, and I really like it. So I find that if you're looking to kind of get started in doing the posts, you know, with your watermark, or you want to add text onto a photo, or you just want to create something from scratch, you know, you can just sort of download a background and go from there. It's a really, really great app for that. That brings me to another one that I really like to use. It's called Quotes. It's really good for creating just, you know, where you can see the screen and you can put a quote on it. You can have your business name at the bottom of it. There's tons and tons of backgrounds. There's glitter ones, there's watercolor ones, there's plain ones. You can upload from your camera roll. Another app that I really, really like to use is called Over. Again, it's another one that you can use filters for, put text, that kind of thing. And I find that it's another good one that if I'm not in the mood for using Enhance, I can use that one. I'm going to talk about Skype. Now, a lot of people are kind of like, well, you know, Skype is sort of a given. But I use Skype in all of my online teachings and my trainings and my coachings. I find that it has the best sort of platform for, you know, video quality. It can track how long your videos are with someone. You can connect multiple people. So I always really suggest people to use Skype versus a lot of other ones. You know, a lot of people will just request to FaceTime, but what if the other person doesn't have an iPhone? Or I know Facebook has a video chatting app that's all right. Sorry, not an app, but a section on their app that you can video chat with someone if they're on Messenger as well. And you know, I've used that one before, but I keep kind of going back to Skype. It's really easy to set up group chats, or you can set up sort of webinars where you're going to have multiple people, and they're just going to tune into something that you're going to do, like a workshop or just anything, like a conference call, that kind of thing. And a lot of it is free unless you really want to get into the professional side of things. But I use Skype on a weekly basis for business calls and messaging people. You can text and or video, which is really nice. You can send them links while you're chatting with them on video, all that kind of good stuff. So I hope that was helpful. Again, there's going to be links down below, and there's going to be a list of what they are. Now, I have an iPhone, so all of these are available on the App Store there. For Android, I believe all of them are also available. Now, there are some too that will have apps for your laptop or your desktop computer, which is nice to use. I'm not too familiar with that because I do most things on my phone. But I know that if you have an iPhone and you have a MacBook, like a laptop, that most of them are available in another form for that, and for the iPad as well. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, or if you have suggestions of apps for me to try, or ones that have worked really well for you, or if you have a review of the apps that I mentioned that you know, there's something else that you'd like to add, or if you'd like to say that, you know, you don't enjoy it for such and such a reason, please feel free to leave a comment below or message me. And also please go on and like my Facebook page, Women Building Empires. I'll leave the link for that in the description, as well as my Instagram. There's also going to be a huge announcement coming up this week. In terms for that is going to be about my signature workshop. So stay tuned for that. And again, hit the subscribe button so that you'll be notified of when I have another video. So I hope you all enjoy your day, and we'll chat later.